Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another video. This time we're checking out the patch notes for patch 7.2. These are the preliminary notes, so obviously they will update these when the patch goes live. So this is going to be a fairly long one. It is quite a big patch notes summary, so let's just read through this. Some people like the long videos. If you don't, it might be a good idea to skip through this, or maybe click in the link in the description, check it out yourself. So 7.2 then comes out this next Tuesday on the 25th of March. We're all super hyped for this. We've been waiting for a patch for a long time. So included in this then is obviously the trailer at the top in your own region's equivalent, which we looked at before, which is pretty great. And as you can see, there are all sorts of different categories and updates. So let's get straight to it. So first of all, we've got a new main scenario quest being added. And of course, we've got new images here. We've got Wook Lamart staring at Sphene, looking down at her, which is interesting. And then also Sphene's tiara, which was also seen at the end of a certain other MSQ scene, so presumably it picks off from that. This actually takes part in the back room, obviously at X 6.0, Y 6.4 with Kryl, and you must have obviously completed the Crossroads storyline. It's called A Glimmer of the Past. So in this patch then, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 quests essentially as part of the new MSQ for patch 7.2, and included in there somewhere, of course, will be the unlock of a brand new dungeon, which is the Underkeep, and also that of Zelenia, right, which is the trial as well as part of the MSQ. So we've got the Arcadian gets its first update. This is the second part, which will be the Cruiserweight. We've got some new images here of Brute Bomber and one of the new characters. I don't know, struggling to deal with loss, I guess, and failure in the ring. And then we've also got Dancing Green here, celebrating with champagne or something. It's going to be an interesting series of fights, isn't it, for sure. If you want to take place in this, it's called Souls Under Siege, and you can pick that quest up in Solution 9 from Yana. And you must have also completed the previous quests. It seems there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quests to do with the Arcadian this time. Then we've got new side quests in the form of When Death Comes to Dinner. This is the new Corn Servant quests. These were surprisingly popular with people with a little corn servant. If you've not done these before, then of course you need to go and find Tasteful Memories in Tulialal and start that quest chain, as well as complete Dawntrail. You'll find the Corn Servant in Tulialal at those coordinates. Yeah, I can't imagine what to expect. And additionally, it says it will now be possible to perform repairs and access weather forecasts while playing in New Game Plus. So that was one of the restrictions before that they've lifted, which is pretty nice. So for the treasure hunt then, we've got new treasure hunt map related rewards. And we've also got rewards added to previous, the Senate, Jaja Gural, as well as the Lobo skin treasure maps and Braque skin treasure maps, which probably means there's new glamour, new minions, things like that. So you'll be back doing treasure maps again, most likely. And we've got Grand and Free companies. It says we've got new subaquatic voyages for new areas, new items from those, probably minions, right? Housing items, things like that. And the maximum submersible rank's gone up to 130 from 125. They do this pretty much in every major patch, and it's nice to see they're continuing. So it says SSAO can now be disabled for indoor furnishings. Oh, that's interesting. So we can get rid of that. Ooh, I like that. That's a different setting for sure. A lot brighter, a lot more vibrant without having that effect on, right? I think you could probably tell on YouTube, I'm not sure. It says this setting will be applied for all who enter the estate, not just the estate owner. Adjust this setting via the interior settings window by opening the housing menu whilst inside your estate hall, then checking or unchecking the disable SSAO for furnishings option. In accordance with this addition, the adjust lighting interface has been renamed interior settings. Oh, that's cool. When changing this setting for a free company estate, you must have hall remodeling authority, right? So either the leader of the FC or somebody that you've put in charge. Interesting. So I suppose that's going to make it look more like it used to look before the graphics update for housing designs, so you can make things look how you intended them to look with lighting. It's a cool feature, and I like it, especially the fact that we can toggle it on or off. It says a warning message will now display on screen when entering the garden of estate scheduled for auto demolition. This message will be displayed to private estate owners, and in the case of a free company estate, to all members of the free company. So, yeah, you get a nice big message telling you that this place is going to be auto demolitioned. That's nice. Nice little handy thing. Furnishings from a furnishing design contest have been added. It says new furnishings inspired by entries that did not win have also been added. Oh, cool. So what have we got here? We've got some kind of cabinet here, like a drinks cabinet. We've got drinks, glasses, chocobo statue, nice little drink cabinet. We've got these. These are gorgeous. Is this a partition? I guess it is, right? This is like a almost, I don't know how to describe this. Very nice partition with holes in. There's probably a lot of people are going to use this. It's almost medieval, isn't it? Like you could make like a building inside your house. Whatever this is, looks like an Oreo, honestly. It makes me hungry. And we've already got some Jobstone thingies, haven't we? I thought we already got those in the game, but I guess these are different. I don't know. And then we've also got some outdoors items, including this beautiful gate here with ivy either side. I like that. A ring, basically, of stepping stones. Nice for patios and things. A curved hedge. Very nice. And, of course, we've got ourselves a chocobo fountain bath thing. Very nice. I like that. New furnishings outside of that have been added as well. We've got all sorts of new, almost oriental themed stuff. We've got this, what is this? Like this is clearly a partition, right? Made of fabric. That's nice. And some like steppy things and a big cupboard. We've also got a do not enter door. That's pretty great. It's kind of, this reminds me of Monsters Inc. Quite honestly. Like the portal doors. I like that quite a lot. And then we got different partitions. What appears to be a leg of meat of some sort on some kind of like barbecue table. We have, of course, oh, this is a bit of a spoiler, I guess. That's Zelenia's blade, isn't it, from a new trial as a statue. That looks pretty awesome. Can't wait to see what that looks like. And we've also got some new light fittings. That's nice. Sort of like pipe lighting. And then a new outdoor tree. Very cool. Honestly, I like the door most of all in all of that, though. That's pretty awesome. New orchestra and roles have been added, of course, with new music added for our the Arcadian, obviously, as well as the new dungeon, probably, and trial. We've got new aquarium fish being added. Not sure what to make of that fish. Looks cute, though. We've got new seed for flower pots. So these are paper flower seeds. This most likely means there'll be a corsage as well, a headpiece. So there'll be a paper flower corsage that you can make with these. So if you want to get your seeds, you can go and get them from your material suppliers. Plant these, harvest them, and then you can make yourself a new headpiece, probably. The Gold Saucer, then. New prizes are available for MGP, so that's especially why you should do Fashion Report and other activities, because if there's something tasty, hopefully it's that massive airship mount. That would be very, very, very cool for 4-person. Who knows what it'll be, but that's where my money's going to go. We'll see if I'm right or not on Tuesday. We've also got Triple Triad changes, so new cards, right? So there'll be cards for the new characters in the Arcadian and the dungeon and the trial. And there are also new NPC opponents, presumably related to that as well. Miscellaneous, a new category, field operations, has been added to the challenge log. Yes. Following this change, challenges related to the Forbidden Land Eureka have been moved from the other category to the field operations category. This is a good thing. This is a good sign. This is obviously setting things up so people can find them easily. For the upcoming field content in 7.25 in May. So it looks like everything else has been moved to this category. I don't think there's any new additions to that challenge log. The challenge log still remains one of the best ways passively to level through field content. So it looks like it'll be the same in the future. The following additions have been made to duty support. We've got the Sunken Temple of Khan, obviously. It'll be interesting to see how many of those old mechanics no longer apply. What they change in the dungeon to make it so that the AI can handle that dungeon. There's quite a few puzzles and things, so expect quite significant changes for Khan. Hopefully not all of them are bad. And then we've also got, obviously, support for the Underkeep dungeon as well in Dawntrail. which also releases in this patch. Wondrous Tales. So we got new prizes for silver and bronze certificates, as well as gold. And obviously, Wondrous Tales now has the Underkeep and Juno, the first walk on there. And yeah, basically, that's the names of the duties have been changed in terms of a level. Yeah, so you can expect new rewards from Chloe with your certificates. So who knows what they'll be. Last time they added a bunch of portraits and things, as well as housing items and things, so we'll see. And obviously, Faux Hollows, there's a new mount. Oh my god, and we don't even have to guess what the mount is. It's this thing. What is that? Oh, that looks terrifying. I want it. Oh, cool. It's a bipedal, horrible monster. I don't remember what these are called. It's kind of like a Sasquatch, isn't it? With a cubone head. Very interesting. But yeah, new items from Faux Leaves. So if you've saved those up already in a patch, then you can just exchange those on the Tuesday to get your reward. You don't have to do Hell's Keer Unreal if you don't want to, but who doesn't want to do DDR? It's awesome. Duty Recorder, again, this piece of content is severely underutilized, and it continues to be so, because now we can only record Juno, M4S, and Warcola Door. Obviously, that trial. Yeah, kind of disappointing that we've got such a powerful video editing tool in the game, but we can't use it for anything, but there we go. New emotes have been added. This looks like we're dazed, like we're staggered, with chocobos floating around our head, very Looney Tunes-esque. They've got a PvP background there, so maybe this is from the new PvP series. That's a guess. Actually, it could be just a boat, couldn't it? I didn't think about that. I don't know. We'll see. Tome Scroll and Study have been added to the special tab of the emote window. Tome Scroll and Study are looping versions of Tombstone and Read. No way. Okay, this is one of my biggest complaints about emotes, is that you've got your general emotes, which you press and then they fade, and then you have your special tab where things loop. This is amazing. Oh, dude. This one, like these two lines have made me happier than probably anything else I've read so far about 7.2 itself. That's so cool. Oh, that's going to be so much nicer for, obviously, RP, but mostly for video making as well and things like that, and G-Pose. Very cool. I do like looping emotes, and it'll be interesting to check those out for sure. That's made me happy. So, battle system then. The following actions can now be queued for execution. Use meal, use medicine, and sprint. So sprint, as we already know now, has like a, well, we can queue it now, but there's also a jogging debuff, right? Sorry, buff, rather, after you finish sprinting. So it'll be interesting to see how that feels in areas before combat. So the Underkeep has got this beautiful picture here, which is obviously in Alexandria Castle, right? You can see the references there from 9, and that'll be 705 average item level or above. And of course, that's through the MSQ. We've got level sync added to 730 of Tender Valley, Stayborough, Deadwalk, and Uyawata Field Station. At the beginning of a boss encounter in any dungeon introduced prior to 7.0, the shortcut warp will take players to the boss's area entrance. Oh, that's pretty cool. So even quicker ways of getting back to a boss. That's nice. A new trial's been added, which is Recollection with Zelenia, I think they called it in Japanese. Looks pretty beefy with that big sword, and we already saw the sword housing item that you get for the Extreme, which is pretty cool. The trophy. And then there's the Extreme itself, which is 730 or above. Can't wait to try that out, quite honestly, and hopefully there's some good rewards. Obviously, Hell's Keer Unreal, exactly as you remember it, just tuned a bit differently for level 100. And yeah, if you've never done that before, you can unlock that through the fantastic Mr. Faux quest in Idleshire from the Painfully Ishgardian Man, if you've never done that. If you've already done an Unreal before, or you've unlocked this quest before, you don't have to do anything. You can just go to your party finder and list yourself, and it'll be on the drop down. The drop rate for Wings of Ruin and Wings of Resolve have been increased. This is good, because I have neither, and I've done these things continuously, and still have not got a single one of these winged mounts. So, yeah, there'll be a new winged mount from the new trial as well, but it's nice to see that we can maybe try a look again with things. And you can also exchange your totems. So if I finish off collecting some more totems, I can go get them for guaranteed. So that might be the way I do it. Obviously, cruiserweight's been added. 715 or above for the item level requirement for the first part. And it's a disco theme. And of course, you have to do that quest that we talked about, Souls Under Siege, to be able to get to this. Okay, so there's like 2 quests, I guess, for the Arcadium before you go in there. And of course, there's stuff to do with the treasure coffers. They're basically doing the same reward system they had before. There's also a Cruiser Hollow Saber. So this is your sword item once per week, and this can be saved up in exchange for weapons. Yeah, with eligibility reset every Tuesday, same as before. With Savage, then, they say it will not be accessible until the 1st of April at 3 a.m. PDT, 10 a.m. GMT, and 2100 AEDT. And the Unlock Quest, Item, Exchange, and Stone Sky Sea will be unavailable until that time. So you can't practice in Stone Sky Sea or see the vendors, in fact, see the rewards until then. So bear that in mind. We've got some beautiful shots there of Dancing Green, and then that Lalafell I don't know the name of. They're like the graffiti boss. Can't wait to dive into that tier for sure. And of course, the same usual items, rewards, and things like that. And Raid Finder updates, Duty Finder. Yeah, moving things around in accordance. And you get the Echo in Sveen's Burden now, Minstrel's Ballad. Yeah, up to a maximum of 25%. Following adjustments have been made to Juno. So the weekly restriction on rewards from Juno's coffers has been removed. That's nice. The weekly restriction on obtaining Ordell coins has been removed. And the tattered sheet music found in additional treasure coffer that appears at the end of the Alliance raid can now be found in the treasure coffer designated to each party. And also, tattered music sheet can now be found in each party's treasure coffer that appears after each boss. So if you wanted to get the music, you totally could now. It's easier to get. And your Ordell coins, you can start stacking those up for your presumed upgrades of gear. And obviously, you've got the weekly restriction removed. So if you want any of the Juno stuff, even for Glamour, you don't have to worry about going there, rolling on something that you didn't actually need, and then you being done for the week. Now you can roll on what you want. So that's cool. Let's see. Alliance raids has been increased. The experience points received upon completing these Duty Roulette Alliance raids has been increased. So we've got Labyrinth for the Ancients, Void Ark. Why have they done this then? That's going to make Duty Roulette Alliance raids even more useful for leveling. Wow. I didn't expect that. You get these quite often, obviously, in the Alliance raid roulette, because that's them. But wow. EXP gains. Okay, what else have we got? Experience points earned upon defeating bosses in the following Alliance raids, as well as the experience points earned upon completion of his duties, has been decreased. Oh, so Aglaya, Eurosine, and Thalia now offer less EXP for completing with them. Oh, to be more in line with our Alliance raids. That's true. There was a way, basically, of leveling very quickly through those 3. So it looks like they've brought them in line, but as a whole, buff them all, I guess. Interesting. When speaking with Uashepia in Solution 9, the position of Cloud Dark Demi-Materia 2 in the list of items sold under the Curiosities has been changed. This adjustment was made to align Cloud of Darkness Chaotic Exchange items. It was a little bit offset. I guess that's more of an OCD change. Futures Rewritten Ultimate, the weekly restriction has been removed on totems, and item level sync has been set to 735, as people would have imagined. And we've got the new Elegant Tomestones of Mathematics, which is your 450 per week cap. And as you can see here, this is the change to the rest of them. If you've got any aesthetics, you can exchange them at the patch coming out for heliometry. And if you're capped on heliometry, you can buy a bunch of stuff. Remember, there's new crafted gear. So there'll probably be a vendor update for heliometry where you can purchase new craftable materials. So you want to spend your cap probably on those, then exchange your aesthetics into heliometry, then spend the cap again, and then, yeah, you should have a bunch of mats that you can either use to craft the new gear, if you're a crafter, or sell, right? Sell, sell, sell. Make as much gil as you can on day one. And that's the changes to Tomestones. Expert Roulette has been changed to now only have Uyuwata Field Station and the Underkeep. So goodbye Alexandria, Tender Valley, Stabra, and Uyuwata on its own. Yeah, I kind of don't like that they do this. I prefer it when they keep more things in a roulette, but I guess that's the new Expert Roulette again. It's also been increased to 705 item level from 690. Let's see. Level cap dungeons category has been added to the duty finder. Level cap dungeons. Interesting. So Alexandria, Tender Valley. So it's got its own. It's got its own category now, which has its own bonuses. Oh, that's actually quite good. And then I'm less sad about this change because of this change. You get 100 heliometry and 15 mathematics for doing that roulette, which can have any of those three. Oh, cool. Recollection's been added to the trial roulette. Juno's been added to the Alliance raid roulette. Cruiserweight M1 through 4 is in the normal raids, obviously. Mentor roulette. Oh boy. The Underkeep Recollection M1, 2, 3, and 4. And you need to be 715 to do the Mentor roulette now. And there's some changes to how much you get from the roulettes as well in terms of tomes. Oh, it's just a change of what it is, not how many. Okay, that's fine then. So it remains the same. It's just changed to mathematics instead of heliometry. And aesthetics now just is heliometry. Okay. The types of Allagan tomestones from PvP duties are the same again. It says the number of types of Allagan tomestones awarded for defeating elite marks has also been adjusted in pretty much all areas. It's just a type again. It's heliometry instead of aesthetics. All right, cool. What else have we got here? More changes to just tomes and what they are. Stone Sky C then. We've got the Cruiserweight Savages added obviously a week later. But we've got Cruiserweight Normal we can do in Stone Sky C to try it out, and Recollection Extreme. It says the following adjustments are made to the Sunken Temple of Khan. Here we go. This is what we were worried about. Basically, they've adjusted all 3 bosses, so it'll be interesting to see what that means exactly. But I guess we'll wait and see. On to the big rewards then. So, Series 8, as I said, Series 7 is coming to an end. If you are excited about the new items, we get a spider, a robotic spider mount. Bro, that looks so good. Look at that. Oh, man. So this is going to last until 7.3. You definitely want to get this one. This will be the rank 25 reward, most likely. Level 25. You can do serious PvP by doing any PvP, win or lose, it doesn't matter. And I can't wait to get that as soon as possible. Look at it, it's got like little mandibles. I guess it's less of a spider, more of like a praying mantis type thing, where you like sit in a suit thing with your legs. That's so cool. Very excited for that. Very excited. Crystalline Conflict then. So we've also got the season, which is the ranked stuff. 13 ending and 14 will begin, and you can get your ranked rewards obviously from a Wolf's Den Pier. And season 14 is held on Chaos Data Center for Europe, Crystal for North America, Meteor for Japan, and Materia for Oceanic, obviously. And yeah, cool. For tactical crystals, movement speed is no longer increased if it's within a distance from the center point that is less than the opposing team's progress record. For tactical crystals, movement speed will still increase as usual if you move it within your team's progress record. Okay. The losing team's clear progress speed is no longer increased at checkpoints. Oh, wow, that's interesting. And the following key bindings have been added, allowing the direct targeting of opposing players. That's going to make things a little easier, I guess, for people who are struggling. Frontline, then. Oh, boy. Battle high rating gained upon KO or assisting, reduced from 10 to 8 on knockouts, and 2 to 4 on assists. And Secure is back, Borderland Ruins, and it's completely different now. As you can see, we looked at this in the live letter. We're not going to focus on this too much here today. And we've got the terrain of the arena been adjusted, distribution of key locations. You can even teleport in now. There's like teleporters on the side of a map to go in. Yeah, there's quite a lot to look at there. But for the most part, it's still the same thing you know and love, but it's been brought up to the sort of modernized expectations that we had for that. It should be nice and interesting to try out. So new items have been added. So this stuff then is the Tombstone gear. We finally get a reverse view. I'm going to have to zoom in a bit here. I know it's going to be lower resolution, but the images are so low quality and such low resolution. So that's the front side of them with the visor down there. It's got a visor command on both the maiming and fending. We've got the aiming set here. That looks pretty good, actually, doesn't it? honestly. It's going to look even better in the proper resolution. Let's scroll down. This is the crafted gear. So we looked at this before. We didn't see the back of it. And obviously there's the crafted weapons as well. It's very Urkapacha sort of inspired. I really like that personally. You might not. And recipes added in 7.2 will be listed at a later date on the website, obviously. The dyeing interface has been adjusted. This adjustment is to accommodate the additional dyes due for implementation in 7.21. I couldn't be happier. So we're going to get to see little extra spaces appear. So in theory, there should be a whole new set of metallic dyes. We saw metallic cobalt green, which I managed to translate using Google Lens from the live letter. And we've also got metallic ruby red. And who knows what else we've got. It's very cool. In addition to that, we've also got the following items now have 2 dye channels. Ooh, weapons, look. Oh, this is great. Spiritus and things like that. Very nice. Samsara over here. I'll let you look at these yourself. We've got augmented, honor bound, all the augmented weapons there. Wow. The recollection weapons. Law's Order stuff has got 2 dyes now. Wow. Okay, augmented stuff. Blade's Honor, all the blade stuff. These, oh my goodness. Wow. The replicas. There's so many here to read out. I'm glad I chose not to read them all out. Oh my god, it keeps going on. All of the replicas. That's incredible. The Tafta loincloth now has 2. Oh, this is great. The Lightsteel Galeris, the Subligar, best gown ever, company hat, company tabard, flat cap, white berets, curl mask, expeditioner's cap, the Uri's body armor. Oh my, the Katesif ears? No way. Taoist gear. This has all got 2 dye channels now. The Rosal Capeline with the hat I used to wear, Seabreeze Summer halter rather. Scion Strikers attire, Liberators, that's Lisa's outfit. Endless Summer attire. The striped Southern Seas stuff. Holy moly. Okay, so I know they were going to do this over time. I did not expect there to be such an injection of double dye channel palettes added in a single patch. I'm super happy about that, as you could probably imagine. Very excited. Also, some gender removals then. The black feathered flat hat and the red feathered flat hat are now ungendered. Okay, the hats. So the glamour dresser, okay. When creating an outfit glamour, the location in which individual gear piece was previously stored is now displayed in the log window. The following marks can now display on stored item icons. The mark indicating an item can be used as part of an outfit glamour, yeah. And mark indicating an item is part of an outfit glamour that has been saved as an outfit. Oh, I like that. That's cool. And there's also a filter settings now for outfit glamour. Look, hide items not eligible for outfits, display only. So this makes it easier to remember where everything is, what everything is, and what it can be stored as. Thank you, Square Enix. This is huge quality of life for people who spend far too much time making glamours like me. Neo Kingdom gear can now be purchased in exchange for sacks of nuts. Cool. Awesome. Certain items can now be sold, desimped, and submitted as expert deliveries or used in material extraction. What we got? Secondary attributes have been adjusted for the following items. Exquisite Zil crossblades. What changed? I don't know what changed here. The Exquisite Renaissance brush. Oh. Interesting. Critical hit changes. The description of certain pugilist arms have been updated to indicate that the weapon appearance may take precedence over the display of hand gear. Oh, cool. Similar to the other tooltips that we've had before. New miner and botanist gathering points, new items been added to the gathering points. The location of certain gathering points has been adjusted in Yaktel. They do this all the time. An effect now displays when the collector's standard and collector's high standard statuses are active. Also, the reason they've done this in Yaktel is because they'll be moving them around because there'll be new nodes in accordance to the new society quests, right? in the future. So bear that in mind. New fishing holes, new fish. We've got a mudfish and a yaktail catfish. Very nice. Or catfish. Makes me hungry. Feature to batch select required materials by quality has been added to the crafting log. Ooh, I like that. Like a button. Such nice little quality of life changes for crafting as well. Really cool. Those blue bananas. Level requirements for master crafting recipes have been removed. And the level cap for desynthesis has been increased from 720 to 740. Cool. Nice crafting changes. New mounts then. This is the new winged mount from Zelania, as it is in Japanese, or Recollection for us in the West. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It has a floating sword behind you. I like that. Definitely a much more beefy and different direction than the other wing mounts, which a few people will be happy about. It's nice to see some variance in them. Mounts can now be summoned whilst moving. I can't stress how important that is as a change. And until we get into the game, it's not going to really sink in. And I think a lot of people will be still standing still to mount up, even past the patch. Probably like months later, people will return and go, wait, what? How can I do that? Am I lagging? Nope, you can. You're not slide casting accidentally. You're in fact mounting what's moving. You can press the button and it will cast watch you move. New chocobo barding. Whoa, that's sick. Is that from Zelania? From Recollection? Dude, Mecha Bird. That is really cool. I really like that. It's kind of like got this knightly helm and a shield, but then it's gone like full mechanized. I like that a lot. Really cool. New minions. We got the doggo that we saw in a live letter. There's lots of cool minions in this patch. New faceware. So we've got different types of goggles and eye patches, I guess. Okay. System changes. Graphical update. Okay, graphical adjustments have been made to player character models based on feedback. Oh boy. We actually looked at this before, didn't we? In conjunction with these adjustments, players can obtain a file of Fantasia for free from the Wandering Moogle in Old Gridania for a limited period of time. So if you already got your file of Fantasia, if you go into the game right now before 7.2 comes out, and you go to the Wandering Moogle in Old Gridania, you can get one right now. Make sure you do that before Tuesday, by the way. That's a bit of a PSA. But even after the patch, if you go back, you can get another one. So just stock up on another Fantasia for the future. You never know. You might want to change your type of face you have in the future when they add new face options, inevitably in 8.0. Definitely worth stocking up on Fantasias. Very generous of them. And this reward then will be obtainable until 7.3. So, yeah, go definitely now. Log into the game, go to Old Gridania, talk to the Wandering Moogle, get your Fantasia for free if you haven't already. And then when 7.2 comes out on the 25th next week, you can go and get another one. Very cool. Thank you, Yoshi P. Shadow quality has been adjusted. Multiple light sources are now factored when casting shadows, leading to improved shadow quality for characters and mounts in group pose and in certain cutscenes. Very cool, because the shadows sometimes look a bit bad, don't they? Let's be honest. The following adjustments have been made to certain NPCs. Model quality, texture resolution, and material qualities of faces have been improved, and the texture resolution and material qualities of gear have been improved. So here we go, boys and girls. This is also a big thing, much like the glamour update. This is a big one for me anyway. So all of the old A Realm Reborn weapons. Oh my, no. And then we got the Atmas. Oh, dude. They've done all of them. All of the A Realm Reborn relics are now going to look way better. I might have to do a video looking at some of these. That's amazing. So if you're wondering that they look a little bit dated, dude, I can't wait to see what Cortana and the Holy Shield looks like, and Tyrus. Oh my. I will probably be changing my glam immediately when I see this stuff. And all the replicas are included. What else have we got down here? We've got gear from dungeons as well. This is the temple stuff. If I remember, the temple stuff was from Khan, right? And they've updated that dungeon. Fighters stuff, gallant stuff. So they've updated the gear as they've gone. Wizards gear, scholars stuff. Ooh, healer boots. We got the augmented variants of things. Worm's armlet. My goodness. I'll let you read through this yourself. Some highlights though. The cleric stuff. Housemaid's brim, waist dresses and pumps. Loyal housemaid stuff. The summer sunset bottoms. street cap, street top, street cargo trousers, the Magitech attire, which is really relatively recent as far as I knew. Wooden Warden stuff. Really? Oh, because the skirt's really low quality, isn't it? It's like quite pixelated. Oh, please tell me they fixed that. Scion Striker stuff, Lisa's gear. This alone would have made me happy, but the fact that we've got double dye stuff update, the glamour dresser improvements for quality of life, that is a really nice back end change. Thank you, honestly. From everybody who does glamour and looks at something and goes, I would use that, but it looks like pixelated garbage. Now it won't. They need to obviously do the rest of the gear in the game, but this is a good start. Vegetation in the following areas will now be rendered in high resolution. So where are we looking? Oh, this is in Thingy. I can't even remember the name of the zone. It's on the tip of my tongue. With the elephants, the Matanga people. The place I tried to erase from my mind that has the city, Redzat Han. I can't remember it. Why is my brain stumbling at that? I think I've tried to selectively remove parts of the world from my brain. So it looks better, right? More higher resolution vegetation. So we're going to see that zone look better. And this applies to 3.x and 6.x areas, or 2, it should be, right? To cities, fields, instance events, the diadem. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine the diadem in high resolution? That's going to look amazing. To instance dungeons, raids, Eureka, and Save the Queen. So Zadnor and Bosger, as well as Hydatos, Pyros, Pagos, and Animos. Wow. Cool. Adjustments have been made to objects in the fields and cities. So here we are in Ishgard, right? This is Chloe Aliapo's desk. Oh, and not Ishgard. Actually, this is Ishgard, isn't it? That is Ishgard, not Idleshire. Or actually, is this Idleshire? Anyway, they'll be included probably as well. Oh, that looks so cool. There's lots more clutter as well on the desks, isn't there? Yeah, so all of those areas will be updated probably in Ishgard and Idleshire, I'm guessing. Yeah. And then we've got places here. The number of objects has been increased. Polygon count has been increased. Texture resolution has been increased. Look at that. No foliage, foliage. So places that were supposed to look jungly like this zone kind of now do. That's really cool. 3.8. So public areas, cities and fields. No changes have been made to Kerfus Western Highlands, the Raktika Greatwood, the Tempest, or Ultima Thule. I wonder why Raktika didn't get updated. I guess it's because it's already quite dense. And that would be one heck of an undertaking. And Kerfus? Because of the snow? I don't know. The number of shadows cast in rooms in the following areas has been increased. So the Twin Adder Barracks, Maelstrom Barracks, Battle Hall, Yulmore. So this is all there, like shadows and lighting updates for the graphics system. Basically, the game's going to look even better in some of the older areas, and that's good to know. System changes then. The General Action Sprint now grants the Jog status once the effect expires. Jog affords a more modest speed increase, but has an unlimited duration. The effect can be manually deactivated and expires when enmity is generated. So this can be applied anywhere in the game. A lot of people were speculating there's no way they're going to allow this in duties. Yeah, I guess they do. So your default speed will be a lot faster because of Jog, unless you deactivate it or get into combat. And then you can sprint on top of that. That's pretty surprising, actually. That might change quite a few. That's going to make it so it's much quicker to get through dungeons after you wipe on a boss, and then you have to run back. Stuff like that, or anywhere else. That's cool. The following additions and adjustments have been made to Actions and Traits window. A display option to list actions by function has been added for Disciples of Hand and Land. The display can be toggled using the buttons at the bottom right of the window. Oh, I see. Okay. So we've got groundwork there. Okay. So we can change the way that they're displayed. New actions corresponding to targets marked with different signs has been added to the General tab. Okay. When multiple targets are marked, using relevant actions will cycle through the targets numbered from lowest to highest. Please continue to use macros for targeting specific numbered signs. Oh, look at this. attack target, bind target, ignore target, square target. So you can basically have these things set to automatically click on. So a lot of difficulty people have is clicking or targeting or clicking individually on something, especially when things are layered together and you want to hit a specific target or ignore a specific target. I guess you could just set these on your bar and go, right, I'm attacking whatever they've put the triangle on, if that was the order, you know what I mean? It's very, very cool, actually. I can see that being used quite a bit. Duties category has been added. So the category includes the following actions: Duty Actions 1 and Duty Actions 2. Interesting. It doesn't show it here, but I'm curious to see what that entails. In order to prevent server congestions, implementing multiple field instances for Solution 9, Heritage found, and the areas newly added in 7.2. Yeah. So anywhere around the Arcadian, Heritage Town, that kind of stuff. We will monitor server activity and remove this feature when congestion is determined to be longer an issue. So if you're wanting to do your hunt marks and get some hunt stuff, get some sacks of nuts, Heritage Found and anywhere else that's been adjusted in 7.2 will have instances. So that means you can do multiple instances of the same hunts. So a bit of a PSA there for all of our fellow hunters. Achievements, new achievements and tiles have been added. And we've got the tank achievements updated with the new content, obviously. Following additions, adjustments been made to retainers. New items can be obtained from your quick exploration ventures, and the gil currency symbol now appears next to the amount of gil entrusted, shown in the retainer window. Oh, I see. So there's the entrusted thing there. Very, very cool. With the exception of gear, trade items are now displayed in the log window. Oh, the following online statuses will now also display when display class or job icons with nameplate. So we've got recruit party members, looking for party, camera mode, viewing cutscene. So you have these icons now. Very nice. New accents have been added to portraits. What is going on here? Is this a pumpkin? What is that? Blue pumpkin? Oh, it's a glass pumpkin. That's Palace of the Dead, isn't it? And then we've also got that. New poses have been added. The PvP category filter accessible via the edit portrait window has been split into PvP series and PvP seasons. Yeah, honestly, they should just rename seasons to PvP ranked. It'd make it a lot easier for people who still don't know the difference between series and season, but there we go. Whoa! So that's what you get if you do Futures Rewritten. They finally added the portrait. Look at that. Holy moly. I really want to encourage my team to get this tier done pretty quickly so we can go back into Fru, because that looks definitely worth it. Look at that. It's beautiful. Like the leafy things there. Oh, man. They know how to make good ultimate portraits and frames, don't they? Oh, boy. I need that so bad. The following additions and adjustments have been made to group pose. The depth of field effect has been adjusted. The adjustment will apply to a variety of visual effects. So, depth of field in G-pose is more often than not terrible, and a lot of people end up using post-processing ones built into their graphics card, such as the NVIDIA display depth of field, right? That's perfectly legal and is accessible in the game. I think you just press Alt F3 or F2 and you can bring up the filters. It's just a better depth of field setting than the game has. But this looks a lot better. So hopefully there's a lot more focus points and toggle options. If you wanted this effect in G-pose, it should be easier to do now. Depending on lighting, of course, and shadows. It says values of 0.5, 0.6, etc. have been added to the depth of field slider. So we've got increments now. Much smaller increments. That's good. Default value has been changed from f5.6 to f2.5. The range of focal depth parameters for manual focus has been increased. New stickers have been added. Patch logo frame has been updated. So if you wanted it to say the patch, then you could. Oh, we've got the next opponent list here as well. Sticker. So we've got some other minion related stickers, and yeah, that's great. I love stickers. They're great. Blacklist. Okay. In accordance with measures introduced in 7.2 to help prevent the identification of account IDs that are not displayed in-game, relevant saved client data has been reset. We apologize for any inconvenience caused and ask for your understanding as we introduce these measures. Although information registered on the blacklist has been preserved, characters blacklisted prior to 7.2 will be displayed as character name could not be retrieved, and any saved comments will be deleted. As a result, players will no longer be able to distinguish between characters blacklisted prior to 7.2. To have blacklisted character names display once more, please consider removing relevant characters from a blacklist and registering them again. We apologize for the inconvenience. All information registered on the mute list has also been deleted, and players will be unable to blacklist characters that were registered as contacts prior to 7.2 via their contact list. So, yeah, there's been a few problems with this. Some idiots were making third-party tools to basically stalk people, or at least, even though that may or not have been its original intention, that's what it was used for. It was a scary place. Anonymity between people's characters when they've had toxic in real life problems or online problems where they're trying to avoid people. Yeah, there was issues with the way they changed the blacklist system. This doesn't immediately appear to fix everything. They're trying to fix what they changed. But yeah, I guess your mileage is going to vary, and I think they're trying, and they apologize. But it's some of the damage has probably already been done, most likely, right? Unfortunately. So we've also got these new the text commands. So we've got tome scroll. So we've got tome, your /tome which is looking at your phone, right, in the game. You'll have tome scroll now, where it will literally just loop, which is a lot easier for people who want to G-pose that. We've also got the study emote, which is obviously intently studying without having to, see that loop end. And dazed is the brand new emote then. I think that's going to be from a PvP series, personally. That'll be like your rank 5 reward, probably. That's a guess. And then you've got your rank 25 mount. Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? You get the emote first, a couple of portrait frames, maybe a minion, and then a mount. Yeah, I think that's what we'll get this time around. The following adjustments have been made to The following adjustments have been made to the data center travel system. Destination worlds are now listed in a random order. This adjustment is designed to alleviate system stress caused by players tending to select destination worlds from the top of the list. What? That's just irritating. Or let's just scramble the list. No, I don't know anybody who would just pick the top of the list. Maybe that is a generalization, but I personally don't know anyone who doesn't use the system to go to a specific place, and now you've randomized them. Oh, that's quite irritating, actually, for me. On the data center travel confirmation screen, the cursor is now positioned above the proceed button by default. Okay, that one's good. This one I don't get, though. That's weird and funny. Additions have been made to the auto-translation dictionary, and obviously the PlayStation and Xbox autocomplete dictionaries, new trophies on PS5, and achievements on Xbox Series X and S. New music, sound effects, and voices have been added. The now loading text displayed while logging in has been removed. This adjustment is to reduce discrepancies between different platforms and languages. Okay. Why have we got rid of the now loading thing? That's very weird. I like the now loading screen. The following additions and adjustments have been made to the launcher. A portion of the design has been altered to the launcher, and the name of the Lodestone tab in the menu at the top of the launcher has been changed to Community. Why, though? So many more people know it as the Lodestone rather than the Community. If you think of Community, you'd think like news. Well, I guess you would say the news website. I'm just sort of, but also you'd think of like the community of people. Like certain, I don't know. I prefer the Lodestone personally, but I'm old-fashioned. Selecting the tab will open the community menu, from which players can access the Lodestone. Oh, I see. The event and party recruitment, community finder, and blogs. Okay, so it's just a meta change to the category. New backgrounds have been added to the launcher, presumably. For Alphino, Alice, Ishtola. That's immediately going to be my choice. Oriange, Thancred, and Astinian. So everybody who's thirsting for their favorite characters in A Silence of the Seventh Dawn, for the most part, can now change that on their loading, their launcher, rather. And that's it for that fairly lengthy patch notes. I'm sorry for the length of this video, but at the same time, it's a major patch. Things I'm excited for most, apart from the mounts, the PvP series, the minions, the glamour changes are probably the biggest for me, and the graphics update, like the texture quality of some of the gear we've got in the game, the addition of dye channels to some of the stuff I use constantly. It's just a really nice change. These are nice back-end changes. I can't wait to see what things look like in the game, and honestly, they're pushing pretty hard to get the majority of those graphic changes done before 8.0, it looks like. Yeah, I just hope they address things like the Viera and Hrothgar helm situation and hair situation at some point before 8.0, but even if not, then hopefully they'll have more time to make some changes to that if they get all of this other stuff done before 8.0. On the patch front, obviously this is looking a little bit lighter than some people wanted. I've seen a lot of feedback saying that 7.2 itself doesn't look that exciting. A lot of people are waiting for Cosmic Exploration and the Shades Triangle, which I completely agree with. A lot of that content is spread out over the next couple of months, which is a bit unfortunate, but at the same time, if we had everything at once, it would be kind of bad, in my opinion. Very excited to get myself this spider/praying mantis mount, though. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully that helped for those of you who cannot read this amount of stuff as you go. A lot of people around the world are in their cars or wherever they're on their commutes. Thank you for watching or listening, and hopefully I helped. Much love, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.